Rachel Maddow. Welcome to the Campaign Asylum, your sanctuary from the spin of Election '08. After the '06 elections, Karl Rove famously said that it wasn't Bush's war in Iraq, it wasn't Bush Republican conservatism, it wasn't Katrina that led to that electoral defeat for the Republicans. He said, no, actually what explains that defeat is Mark Foley. He said Mark Foley and other Republican scandals, sex scandals like that, were to blame for Republicans losing Congress in '06. So said Karl Rove. To be fair, Mark Foley at that point was just the topmost meatball on a big pile of Republican sex scandal spaghetti. Even if we're only talking about the sex scandals and hooker scandals, I mean, think about it. Before the '06 elections, there was hooker scandal number 1. That would be Jeff Gannon, the hooker guy in the White House press corps who had mysteriously great access to the White House. There was hooker scandal number 2, Ted Haggard, Bush advisor and mega pastor, outed as a hooker aficionado by his favorite male escort.
I've never had a gay relationship.
Then there was hooker scandal number 3, the as-yet unresolved issue of whether some of the bribes that sent Republican Congressman Duke Cunningham to jail were actually bribes that came in the form of hooker services.
Oops.
And that was all before Mark Foley and before the '06 elections. But if you believe Rove that it was Foley and the other Republican sex scandals that led to electoral defeat for the Republicans in '06, if you believe Rove on this, then it's worth considering what the current post-'06 election state of Republican hooker scandals says about the Republican chances in '08. Right after the '06 elections, there was hooker scandal number 4. That was AIDS czar State Department dude Randall Tobias. Remember him? His job was to tell other countries that they couldn't get U.S. AIDS funding unless they denounced the very idea of hookers. He resigned in a hooker scandal. Then there was hooker scandal number 5. Jack Berkman, Republican lobbyist, outed as a client of the D.C. Madam as well. Then there was Republican hooker scandal number 6. Rudy Giuliani's Southern Regional Campaign chairman, Louisiana Senator David Vitter. He admitted to hookers in D.C., but not to hookers back at home in Louisiana. Then there was Republican hooker scandal number 7. John McCain's Florida campaign co-chair Bob Allen busted for trying to pay a guy $20 to It was in a bathroom. It's in Titusville, Florida. Now there's Mitt Romney's Idaho chairman and Senate liaison, Senator Larry Craig. Also in a bathroom, also an undercover cop, this time a guilty plea from the senator, but no offer of payment, which I think technically means he doesn't count as Bush administration Republican hooker scandal number 8, although it is a close call. But if Karl Rove thinks that Mark Foley was enough to give the whole Congress to the Democrats in '06, if we only confine ourselves to worrying about the electoral impact of hookers and hypocritical, closeted blowjob guys, then at least the campaigns of Giuliani and Romney and McCain may be in a little bit of trouble for this stuff. On the other hand, if we're worried about the effects generally on the Republican Party, of that party continuing to define themselves by their demagoguing sex and demagoguing sexual orientation, why they themselves are the best examples ever of boy howdy all the ways a person can get off in this wild world, then maybe the Republicans as a party have a little problem on their hands for '08. I'm Rachel Maddow, making sure the candidates are not running the asylum.